The Attorney General has found it necessary to speak to the committee about it regarding the constitutionality or otherwise of several of its provisions, and the Parliament is dealing with it. At the end of the process, I will come in. But in the meantime, the Parliament is dealing with it. And I have no doubt that the Parliament of Ghana will show, as it's done in the past, first of all, its sensitivity to human rights issues, as well as to the feelings of our population, and will come out with a responsible.
So you've heard from the president. He says the Parliament is dealing with it, and when he has to come in at the end, he will. That's what the president said. Abiba.
Yeah, so thank you, Bella. First of all, I want to tell my sister that Nanaya, I personally saw Samia Nkrumah at the dinner.
Okay.
So Samia
Nkrumah, your party person.
Samia is no longer
Was she the
with
only?
CPP.
Okay.
She was there.
No, but she's no
and
longer
then
with
as
CPP.
we sit here, we cannot tell whether other invitations were sent. Unfortunately, I don't have the facts, but we cannot also pretend that invitations were not sent. Sending invitation is one, as to the other people accepting to is another. So we cannot pretend that there were no invitations that were sent.
But these are, that's the general secretary of the CPP.
Yeah,
and
like
if an invitation was sent, she would have known.
If an invitation comes, it comes to my office.
Yeah, so
Okay.
so what I'm saying is that I don't think it was a party thing, as you rightly said. The program that she did at the Independence Square, private invitations were given out from the U.S. Embassy. And we should also understand that she is the Vice President of the United States. Before she comes to the country, they have their program. Ghana has no right to alter her program. As to how she wants to go about her business, yes, we can have an input, but we cannot. No.
So we did not play
When
any
you were
role
talking,
in,
I think I
so we
kept
didn't
quiet.
play
I was
any role in
writing
who she meets.
No, I'm coming. So what I'm saying is that whatever program that they bring, Ghana has an input to make, but we cannot make it in such a way that it will be a force. One thing is adding your input. Another thing is to them including or accepting whatever input you make.
But you play an advisory
saying,
role to an extent, right? So if she says that this is my plan, help me get the right people to meet.
So what I'm saying is that we cannot pretend here.
Okay.
I don't have the facts as to whether invitations were sent, and none of us here has any facts. So let's not pretend that maybe invitations were not taken, sent.
But with the people who attended, just a quick one, did
you
see some level of inclusion or inclusiveness?
There was because I saw the business community. People from the business community were there. The sports fraternity. People were there at the dinner at least. And for the Independence Square, it was a public program. Even political science students from other universities were invited, and they were invited directly from the U.S. Embassy and not Ghana government. With regards to the women entrepreneurs that they met, I saw the video. I didn't see any government official as part of the meeting. So as to how that meeting also came up, it could be arranged from the U.S. Embassy. So sometimes let's not mix issues. Another thing that I want to say is that U.S. presidents have always come to Ghana. The fact that it is MPP that is in power, we should not negate it because of the visits. And in terms of the LGBT thing that we are talking about, it was a question that was posed to both of them. And we all listened to what the president said. What I can say is that our president has always been bold, courageous, and then he knows what he's about. Let's not forget that he's a human rights lawyer. So when he talks about human rights, he means what he's talking about. He did not dismiss whatever is in Parliament, but he's saying that the process is ongoing. And he's also saying, as part of his response, he's saying that at the end of the day, he knows the Committee for Constitutional wherever, they would take the sensitivities of human rights and the feeling of the Ghanaian people. What more could he have said that he hasn't said? So in terms of saying that he wasn't bold, Nana-Addo has always been bold, and everybody knows that.
But don't you think that as a president, we should know where he stands?
We were in this country where a certain president, I'm coming, we were in this country. We were in this country when a certain president traveled and slept in the house of a gay.
Which president?
That was John Mahama. He slept, he was the host, the gay was his host.
Where and when?
I've forgotten his name, but it is.
Because if you are making this allegation, we need to have facts to prove it. Otherwise, then we cannot associate with it.
I can do the research later on and I'll send it to you. But it's a fact. And people know that he went to sleep in the guest house. That was the host. What about that?
But if he slept there, you know for sure that this person is.
He was his host.
So how does that? Okay, how does that
host,
relate to this?
What I'm saying is that let's not pretend. Let's not pretend as though some people are for LGBT. We are in Ghana, and Ghana, even our constitution, frowns on it. Whatever amendment they are going to do in Parliament, it may just be an addition. But everybody knows that our constitution frowns on.
But we haven't had the president make an emphatic statement then.
I've told you
in line with the constitution. Then, if we all frown on it,
I think
why has he not been very specific on where he stands?
No,
with
some
the issue
time
of
ago,
LGBT?
the president responded to that when it was ongoing. He made a statement. I think he went to visit one chief or so, and he said that no, that is something that is not going to happen in Ghana. It has never happened, and it will never happen in his time as a president.
Why did he not say the same thing here then?
Of course, he has the right to answer the way he wants. And whatever he answered, he did not say Ghana was going for it.
Neither did he say that Ghana is not going for it either.
Yeah, well, but whatever it is, he is also concerned about human rights. He's a human rights lawyer, you understand? But nobody, he has made an emphatic statement that Ghana will never accept it. It is not in his time as president that he will come to accept it. So that boldness or that emphatic statement has been made by him in the past. So what I'm saying is that as a country, yesterday I was watching TV and I listened to Honorable Muntaka. And what he said, I think as a country, that is where we should be headed. We have come to a point where everything is politicized. Instead of looking at the interest of the country, we look at things on party lines. It doesn't help anyone.
Okay, it doesn't help.
There is no division in any part of the world other than the U.S. They are always at each other. But when it comes to matters concerning national interest, they come together and then they go by it. But a situation where we always take entrenched positions as to who is in government, and then even when the facts are there, we want to twist it. It doesn't help us. It doesn't help for the growth of the country. It doesn't help for the development of the country. And it doesn't help for our youth. Because as leaders, we should be seen to do things to promote the country other than taking party lines and entrenched positions. Yesterday, Muntaka was saying that Parliament is not a political, it's not maybe an annex of a political party, where certain decisions are supposed to be taken in Parliament. A certain political party takes an entrenched position. It doesn't help anyone. And I think that my friends and my sisters and brothers from the other parties, we should learn to accept certain things for the interest of the country, other than taking entrenched positions.
All right.
And it is not the first time a U.S. president has visited Ghana. All these years that U.S. presidents have visited Ghana, they've always been positive. Is it because Nana Addo is the president or MPP is in government that it is wrong now?